So, how to make good decisions? Because after all, your decisions, they determine how your life looks like right now. So, right, if you just look back on your life, you're gonna pinpoint that your decisions are indeed something that set the course of your life, and you are exactly where you are thanks to your decisions. So this video is all about how to make winning decisions, and I break it down into 5 rules on making best winning decisions for you. And really, this is so important video because this is so important topic, and isn't it interesting that no one teaches us, how to make a decision, because how you make decisions is so important, because it determines your life. Do you go left or do you go right? Who do you ask? How do you know? How do you know when you made a good decision or not? How do you feel confident? Like, how come that no one is teaching us this, right? Among other things that no one taught us ever, not your parents, not in a school, not, right? Because right, you have to be the one that is going to teach yourself, because if you want to be winning, because it's not in anyone else's interest for you to be winning. So right, and your parents, they done the decisions for you. There's still people tending to make decisions for their children, but really what I teach here is 20 years of my life. I master my life, and I'm living totally something different than I used to, and I've been through all these phases. And what you find on this channel, it's my unique organic material, something that's working, something that's proven, something that's giving me my 7 stars lifestyle, really happiness and enjoyment. So how to make good decisions. So number 1, ask no one about it. This is really the most important thing, because I'm working with so many people, and this is how we are wired. This is how we are trained, like little monkeys, to ask your parents, to ask your teachers, to ask, because we haven't been trained to trust ourselves, so we naturally tend to ask other people. But why I'm saying you cannot ask anyone for their opinion, because no one is actually qualified, let me say, put it that way. No one else can be qualified to give you guidance, to give you answer, like to help you with your decision, because no one is you, no one been where you are, no one has this unique set and skills and your gifts and your talents, and like no one have been exposed to the life as you are. No one knows your wishes, your aspirations, your passions, your deep desires. No one knows except God and your deep inside of you, what's your mission, and what is that path that you have to take, because eventually all those little decisions are going to turn into one big decision that's going to lead you on your way, where you have to go, towards your achievement, your happiness, like where you are meant to be in this life, where you want to be in this life. So asking other people is 100% recipe for success, for failure. And you have to know that you are on your own here, and that's okay, because I'm gonna teach you now how you can actually know, and how can you be confident in your decision, and how can you make the right decision every single time, right? No doubt about it. But the first thing, it's really important that you cut any other option, to go around and ask, what do you think, because what they think, it's not relevant to you, and they can only misguide you, they can only hinder your process, they can only give you bad advice. Because trust me, when it comes to decision making, only you are qualified to do this, and doesn't matter, even doesn't matter how you how this, on the beginning, if you are gonna try, to do this, like, doesn't matter even if the decision comes out good or bad, you're gonna learn, but you can only learn on the decision that you've done, and doesn't matter, like, because like whatever decision that you make is the right decision. So put that through your head. Every decision that you made, doesn't matter how it pans out, is the right decision for you. It had to be that way, or because something else gonna happen, whatever. So ask no one. I'm always laughing, like when you want to invest, for example, you ask your mother or your grandmother, or I have so many examples, where people, they actually just want that approval. They just want, people, to be proud of them, or, to see them, or whatever, comfort, whatever it is. But no, when it comes to decision, you cannot rely on anyone. Okay, so number 2, this is the most important, and how you're gonna master this. Your decisions, they're gonna be in instant, right? So you are on the crossroad, you have to make a decision, right? Every here and there, we're always making decisions. So you are on the crossroads, you're gonna make the decision. You just ask yourself, does it feel this? If I go this way, how does it feel? Good or bad? So even better to explain, like, how this decision, if I do this, how it's gonna feel. But more importantly, is to see in your inside world, when you say, okay, I'm going to do this, how does it feel? Does it feel expansion, or it feels contractions? Because expansion, the answer is yes. Contraction, it's no. Because everything in the universe, right, wants to expand. If you're going to follow your expansion, if you're going to follow your bliss, it expands. It's expanding, right? And everything that is not for you, that's like dead end, like it's contracting. It's like, it's same as your body would react. Like when you are proud, when you're successful, when you're winning, like you are, yes, you're expanding. But when you are like, you are literally, contracting. So this is something that you have to learn how to listen, how to recognize, how to trust. Better to say, you will need to learn how to trust. So also for example, like okay, let's go the number 3. Okay, so ignore logic and rational mind, because there is nothing rational about your thinking brain. So you will have to go and watch my video about your ego, understand what your ego is. So your rational mind, your thinking mind, is just a software that you programmed, that is impacted from your surroundings, from your growing up and everything. So when it comes to decision, it can help you a bit, but like it cannot know, because it's just like a program. It's just like a construct that is put here to calculate, and to give you the figure, But when it comes to your decisions, your regular mind, your thinking brain cannot give you the right decision. It can give you, the formula out or something or whatever to do some mathematical equation, whatever. But when it comes to your decision, you have to shut it down, because like your subconscious, your feelings are connected to your higher mind, which knows all, sees all, and it will guide you by your emotions to the right decision. The logic and reason, and like, because like whatever you want to decide, let's just test it, right? For whatever decision you're gonna make, you can use your mind, and that's what people do all day long, every day. You can justify yourself, whatever, like why I'm drinking this glass of water, maybe it's not filtered, maybe it's full of fluoride, whatever. But if I really want to use my mind, like I can totally justify why I'm drinking this water, because I don't have other options, and this and this and that. But yeah, no, it's not gonna do me any harm, or you know what I mean. So you can justify pretty much everything, and you can say like even two sides of the opposite. You can say like, oh, this thing is, you know, like a right decision, and this thing also can be a right decision, because that's what you're capable of. But that's not going to be the good decision, right? You're going to be stuck with the wrong decisions. You're going to be going the wrong way, and this is when you're going to end up empty, right, and totally on a wrong path, right? So let me have this water, beautiful filtered water. So right, because your thinking brain, your rational mind is, you know, like just operating system that's there for you, you know, to help you solve problems, to help you, you know, this and that. But when it comes to decision, it cannot help you. You have to be clear about it. It just can't help you, because it doesn't know beyond this box, like this box, like, and that's like what your conscious mind knows is like 0.0001, you know, where subconscious mind and this feeling and your spirit and everything, like your God self, it's everything else, right? So you know, your feelings, they are going to tell you exactly you know, where you have to go. You just have to learn to trust it, you know, without giving yourself reason and approval, and like, you know, it's logical, it's responsible, it's, you know, whatever. Because like, you know, nine times out of 10, you know, like people will get persuaded to go this way because everyone else is doing that, you know, but just have a look how everyone else is doing, right? So, okay, so number 4, decipher, is the decision coming from your ego or from your true self? So, okay, so now you listen to your feelings and you say, yes, my feelings are saying yes to this, you know, and so how do you know, how can you double check, is this the right decision for you? Because like, you know, when you say yes, you're feeling excited, you know, but it can also be, for example, let's say, do I get that job, you know, and ego can get involved, ego that is trained, you know, to have a status, to have a you know, title, to have something, you know. So for example, maybe you're gonna get like, do I have, will I take that job, you know, which is, for example, manager, you know, and like, and you can make a decision like yes, but it's yes because your ego is saying like, yeah, you know, I'm gonna have this title. When someone asks me, what do you do? I'm gonna say I'm a manager, you know. And in the same time, you're not asking your true self, you know, like, how is that going to really feel, you know, me managing who? Maybe those people, they're gonna be very, you know, hard to manage, you know, this is not where your passion is, where your drive is, you know. But you know, because we are so heavily conditioned, so heavily programmed with this ego, that you can say, yeah, you know, but yeah, I can be, you know, I can feel, it can give you that importance. I can feel important. I can get a good car. I can be wearing nice clothes to my job. You know, I can feel important, because you know, this is that little wound that you have to solve, you know. But in reality, you would go there and feel empty, because you haven't been listening to your bliss, to your true calling, you know. So just have, you know, so this is how you just double check, you know, do you feel, is this coming from ego or your really true self? So watch that. I'm gonna link this video underneath this video about knowing your ego, what ego actually is, you know. So because this programming and this software that you have, this operating system, is running deep, right? Like the same thing, like why no one taught you how to make good decisions for yourself, right? It's for the same reason, right? So then number five. So look back to your past for evidence and how that decision panned out. So, you know, like I'm always saying, your life is the only teacher you will ever need. You have all the material that you need to grow and to learn everything from your past. Like, of course, present moment, but you have so much data, you have so much experience. If you would just bother to go back and to get the things, and to take a little time to contemplate, to work on these things. For example, how do I know when I make good decision? How do I know? You never most people, they never ask themselves that question. How silly that is when your decisions actually determine your course of life, your quality of life, your everything, right? So, and the most important, so you go back, and look for evidence, look for proof, look for, especially, like some big decisions in your life, like really, really big decisions in your life, that you already know how they pan out, and you have to drive yourself back to that moment when you made a decision, because it's so easy. You know exactly in which state of mind you've been then when you made the decision. You already know the reasons why did you made the decision, that decision, and moving forward, right? Like how that felt. Have you done this from your ego, or have you done this from your reason, or have you done this with a leap of faith? You know these things, like I know these things, like all the things, the amazing things. For example, in my life, there was no doubt about it. Like, for example, one of the biggest things that people don't understand, when you are indecisive, when you are thinking, oh, is this right way, or is not, like for example, how funny this is. For example, some people are indecisive about, like, should I marry him? Like, especially things big like that. Like, listen, if you're asking that question, the answer is 100% no. Because if you're indecisive, if you don't know what to do, the answer is already no. Because if it was a yes, you already know. You would already know. You would not ask that question, especially when it comes to these big things like that. I've done some crazy decisions in my life, and the one that, like, go back and just look at all the things that turn out really, really right and spectacular, and you're really happy about it. Those decisions, you've done those decisions. You just knew, you haven't questioned it. Like, you just knew you went that way and that was the right decision. Every time when you listen to someone else, every time that someone persuades you to do something, every time that you've done something out of fear, that decision 100% turn out bad, and you end up paying for it. I can bet on that, right? Because it took me a lot of time to contemplate on this, until I, really understood how do I know when I'm making the best decision, because we are so complex beings, and this is the base that no one teaches us, how ridiculous this is, right? So this is so empowering to know. So yeah, this is what I say. Come back to this moment. Come back to the moment in your past, right? Come back to this moment and be honest to yourself. Be honest to yourself and really admit to yourself, why did you make the decision, and then look how it panned out, how it ended up. Did it went good or bad? But doesn't matter, right? This is your data, and once you assimilate it, once you see it, once you cannot unsee it, it becomes your knowledge. Like what my teachings are, no one can take it from me because it's mine. I've been there, I've done it. I've dissect my whole life bit by bit. Like there is no stone unturned, right? This is what I was doing for the last 20 years, developing to develop myself into the being that I really want to be, the being that's empowered, the being that is happy, because only you can make yourself happy, right? And that's what most people want, but along the way they forgot, and they got into the trap, do this, do that, do this, do that, and they totally forget, they take themselves out of the equation. How ridiculous, right? So this is 5 rules on how to make winning decisions. And just like I've said, look at the examples of your life, because this is where you have everything. And once you just you get it, like, you will know how you're gonna make good decisions every time, right? Not from the ego, but from your higher self, and you're gonna be winning in life. And that's my wish for you. So there you have it. Leave me a comment, how was this helpful for you, and maybe some examples. I love you. This is my 7 stars, and I'm here to help you to get you to your highest timeline possible. See you next time.